Listen, there is a stampede, not only out of Afghanistan, but a stampede away from high prices, overpriced service from the big carriers like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. The average family making the switch to Pure Talk.
Okay, so that's obviously madness, and I'm sure at this point you've probably heard it. Sean Hannity on his radio show using people dying in their rush to get out of Afghanistan as a way to hawk some, I think it's cell phone service, I don't know. I don't think he knows because he definitely doesn't use it. But so you've seen that. You might think, okay, it's a weird transition, but let's not focus too much on it. Well, no, it's just the first of what might become a trend, because I want you to take a look at this one.
How would you like to be in Kabul today as an American and you can't get to the airport? Where are you thinking your life is headed? If you're one of those family members, I bet you're not sleeping. I don't even think My Pillow can do it. MyPillow.com, that's where I go. I fall asleep faster. I stay asleep longer. These are going to be a lot of sleepless nights for so many of our fellow Americans. We got to get them home.
He turned it into a pillow ad. Like, man, you know, all these people trying to get to the airport, they can't do it. Should have used Uber, Uber.com. There's an app, Android, Apple. What are you talking about, man? 2 days in a row, he's using this horrible situation, the loss of life, fairly directly connected to the loss of life, and the terror that people must still be experiencing, to hawk some cell phone thing and a stupid online pillow that I'm just gonna say he definitely doesn't have. I would bet a lot of money Sean Hannity is not laying his head down on a My Pillow at the end of the night.
I'd also bet that this script was written for him to have these ads. You know, these kinds of ads are written, you know, under normal circumstances. It'll be at a commercial break and you got to do a hit because My Pillow paid you. Are you having trouble sleeping? You know, and then you push it in there because you got to go for the script. This script is intricately put with devastating stories. It's not a mistake. It's not an oversight. It's not a, hey, it just came to my mind right then. It happens because that was the plan. And by the way, Mike Lindell was complaining just a couple days ago about how Sean Hannity told him he can do whatever he wants on his show. And then Lindell challenged that and said, I know he can't. He says he can talk about whatever he wants. He says he can prop and he can hawk My Pillow.
We're gonna listen to it in just a sec, actually. I just want to take a moment though. It's like the thing about him is that he's making light of this, but this is serious. You know, even if you're one of the right wingers with your ridiculous brand of patriotism, like don't do the ads. Focus on like the flag on the red, white, and blue. You know what you get when you combine the red, white, and the blue? You get purple. That's America. And that's available at shopqit.com. Show the red, white, and blue in one shade. It's madness. But anyway, crazy. You're totally right.
Before we go to Melinda, I just want to say another part of this because this is the thing, and you point that out. The fact that this seems so comical. If a comedian, I said this, I can't remember what other show I said. If a comedian gets on stage and decides to flip a devastating, deadly situation into a joke just to get some laughs and make money, same way, and I think rightfully so, gets pushback from it. People start saying we got to cancel this guy, no more going to his shows. This guy's insensitive. How dare he? But a politician or a pundit in this case can get up there and say,
having some unfortunate technical problems, like the world is. The world's having problems. That's why you should get Spectrum Internet. No, I don't know. I'm assuming he will reconnect at some point. Apologies for that. We have lost him. We will hopefully get him back. When you're lost, GPS, any one of them, just get a GPS. Oh God. Okay, so I do think that the now lost JR has a point though. I do think that Sean Hannity going so out of his way, tying himself in knots to promote My Pillow, it cannot be disconnected from what you're about to see. Now, understand this comes a day before the ad we just showed you. Here is Mike Lindell.
Sean Hannity told me once, he said, Mike, I can say anything I want on Fox as long as it's the truth. Well, the truth is, Sean, we had a cyber symposium. And the truth is, it was attacked and hacked by like a discharged merit. And the truth is, you're not saying anything on your show. Neither are you, Laura. Trucker tried a few times to talk about the 2020 election. I give him some credit. Maybe I thought that might be a breakthrough. It was a couple weeks ago, but none of them are talking. What is Fox doing to you? Are you guys you're so worried about your money, all four of you? You're so worried about your money and your job? You know what? Tina Peters here, she's left. She's a hero. She's hid. We have her hid out right now because she's.
Okay, I think he said that they have a hit out right now on that person he says is a hero. I don't know. The whole thing was just yelling and crazy, but he was attacking Fox, which isn't really new. But specifically, he went through the list and he called out Sean Hannity and he said, Sean Hannity says he can say whatever he wants. Well, if that's true, why isn't he giving me any publicity? And I think that we all understand why that relationship is what it is. Sean Hannity, he wants to make money, not lose it. He wants money from MyPillow and Pure Talk or whatever. He doesn't want to get sued by Dominion. And bringing that like sentient canker sore on your show is going to result in lawsuits. It's happened to virtually everyone. They're not the smartest people, Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, but they're smart enough for that. Even truckers figured it out. Yes, Mike Lindell did call Tucker Carlson trucker for some reason. Get your trucker hats at shop2it.com. So anyway, this is obviously big money. It is clearly influencing all of these right-wing networks. Just Mike Lindell and MyPillow by itself. I honestly think it's affecting Fox less than the others. I mean, that I think was OAN, who he was calling heroes. They're super excited to have Mike Lindell on to attack Fox News. Newsmax has been trying to get them. They're all fighting over this one blowhard and risking these massive lawsuits to get it. But is that influencing Hannity? I don't know for sure, but we've had 2 days and 2 insane transitions. So stay tuned. We're gonna see how he turns human suffering into a plug for a terrible product later on today. By the way, I should also mention on the substance of Sean Hannity, because people do watch him, when he was talking about Afghanistan, he did say that we owe something to those who helped us in Afghanistan, which I think makes him stand out a little bit from other people on Fox News. They've been basically saying, Laura Ingraham said, who said we owed anything to them or we promised anything? But Sean Hannity was saying we do owe something. However, he's a bit more of an old school right winger because he transitioned very quickly, and all of this is available. You can listen to this on Media Matters. He said we should send not 3,000 or 5,000 troops as Biden is. Jayar Jackson, who's newly returned, he said we should send 50,000 troops to Kabul to get people out, and then they'll leave too, I'm sure. Anyway, we did play the Mike Lindell clip, JR. So is this just about appealing to Mike Lindell?
I think to a degree, when he gets called out like that by someone like Lindell, and he wants to make sure that he fits the narrative and continues to keep his audience, because that's really what matters. And he knows that they're too dumb to actually have some kind of change in opinion about him if he does something this disgusting and this exploitative of other folks. He knows his audience isn't going to go, man, there's people dying and they're in dire need and their country's turned upside down yet again. He doesn't care about them. This is a disgusting individual. He knows his audience is actually going, yeah, use them for your own benefit and make me be your pawns in that same game. He knows his audience is a bunch of garbage people. So, I mean, It's gonna work. It's not like the things that we say about this move isn't gonna make him be shamed. He's shamed if someone says he's doing something decent. That's what horrible people do.
Yeah.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.